What's going on, guys? This is Somescrub. We are back with our next episode of Clash Royale. We're going to jump right into this pretty quickly here. I'm showing you a new battle deck that I'm trying out. It's pretty versatile. Interesting build. I'm going to show you a couple battles. We're going to open a couple chests here. If you didn't notice already, I'm doing a voiceover of this video. On a side note, we did get a new microphone. Very cool microphone. You can probably hear me a little bit better now. It's very sensitive. I like it a lot. It looks cool. I didn't get any donations for it, but that's okay because I really wanted it. So we're gonna go ahead and get our next crown for our donation box, or our crown box, so we can open that up. So we're going up against a level 6 here with our new deck. Now I like this deck a lot, guys, because it's got a lot of versatility to it. We've got a couple ranged units. We've got a couple AoE units. We've got the Hog Rider, which is going to be our focus push unit. We have the Zap, which you just saw me use there. It kind of slows things down. However, he just murdered me right off the bat, which makes this particular fight rather interesting. Now, as you can see there, I actually disconnected from the battle. So he was murdering my base. I DC'd. I had to reconnect to the game, loaded back into the battle, and he already had a skeletal giant on me. Laid the blue down, took out my witch, and now I'm kind of back to square one. So I'm already behind. I was sitting on some elixir to begin with from having to reload, and he's doing some really big damage to me right now. Almost took out that second tower. He's got the prince inbound. I had to counter that with something. Unfortunately, he's going to get a little bit of a hit in on the main tower, but we're going to continue to push as best we can. We have a Zap to slow that minion army down. It's going to allow us to take them out pretty easily. Used up a rage spell in the process. Our witch is going to push on the left, and we are going to lay the Hog Rider down on the right to kind of try to get some damage in. He's unfortunately going to take my Hog Rider out pretty quickly, but that's okay, because as the wizard says, it's showtime. We have double elixir spawning at the moment. I'm going to place the Valkyrie there to do some AoE damage, and the witch to kind of make up for that. The minions are inbound, but that's okay. I have fire spirits to kind of clear out all of that. And now we can push with the Hog Rider and the witch. He's going to lay that balloon down. We're going to take it out with our wizard and tower combination while we're working on him on the right. Lay the Zap down, slow the balloon. We're going to take that tower out and make the hatch even. We're going to continue to do some work on the right. We have double witches down. That prince is going to get taken out pretty easily, as well as the minion horde. And this is going to come down potentially to some overtime, but we have the Hog Rider on the left, and he is going to take care of that tower, which wins us the match, even though we were disconnected, had to come back into the game and make up for lost elixir. So by my standards, that deck is incredibly viable, just based off this one fight and how it turned out. I really couldn't ask for a better outcome. So we're going to go ahead and open up crown chest and the silver chest here in just a moment. See what we get in the silver chest. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked about this microphone, guys. It's a lot better sound quality than what I had. It's actually really nice. It's a XLR/USB microphone. Very versatile microphone. I did quite a bit of research on what microphone to get, and just I will put actually what kind of mic I got in the description. It is the Audio-Technica ATR 2100 USB version. So you can use it either through a USB or an XLR cable. It's quite nice, quite handy. We're going to go ahead and upgrade this wizard, which is nice. And then jump into another battle. Very nice microphone, guys. I'll put it in the description. It costs roughly $80. From all the reviews I read, it was pretty good. It was a good choice. It had a lot of multiple uses to it. That's why I got it. So hopefully it lasts. So this fight is going to be a fodder fight against us. Fortunately, we have quite a few troops that deal in anti-fodder, such as the wizard. So this is going to be an interesting battle. Big pushes against big pushes, I guess is the way to sum it up. The barbarians add a nice difference to the push, but as you can see, he's got just about everything. He's got barbarians, he's got skeletons, goblins, he's even got the furnace. So this is almost an entire build centered around spawned units, which is actually almost pretty viable. I mean, he does come pretty close to making some substantial pushes against me. He throws the prince in there in the mix, which I like because of this right here. He took out my counter, and now he's got so much fodder that the fodder almost made it so the prince could get through. And if the prince did get through, then he's got a lot of fodder to back him up. So it's a good move on his part. Unfortunately, he's got nothing coming on the right side, which is going to allow my Hog Rider to royally screw up his tower in the process. He is going to lay that furnace down, which was probably a good move on his part, but I really doubt he had much other options at that point. To our advantage, we have a mirror card, which is going to come in very handy. I don't have to worry about the furnace on the right because my archer tower can take those out. But we are going to lay down the double witch, zap out all of his extra units, and put in some of our own fire spirits to clean up. And in the process, we make room for our witches to advance on the tower and for a Hog Rider to make his way in there and do some work himself. That is going to end up giving us that tower, which now he's going to become kind of desperate to hold that left side away from his main base. Fortunately, we do have some spells to aid us in the process. Witches are not going to make it all the way, but that's okay, because we're going to be able to take out that right tower as well, which is huge. That is basically going to land us the match. We're not going to get the main base, but that's okay. I still chalk that up as a very good and substantial win. So as you can see, this is an excellent anti-fodder deck. If I were going up against myself on my skeletal deck, this second deck that I've created would be the deck to beat it, I think. It has incredible push ability against large quantities of troops. We do pick up the furnace card, guys. I haven't experimented with that yet, but I definitely consider it. I know that there is a furnace deck build, so I might explore something around that. I'm not really sure yet. My experience so far with defensive builds has been kind of abysmal, so I'm not really too excited about doing that. We're going to jump right into another fight here. We're facing a level 5 against our level 6. So the advantage is in our home court. Nice little barrel bomb. We'll zap them, kind of hold them at bay for a moment. We're sitting on some elixir, so I got to lay something down. I laid a Valkyrie. And he counters nicely with the minions. That opens up the door for the Hog Rider, and unfortunately, he laid down the skeleton army, which is going to make quick work of our Hog Rider. And I'm going to end up zapping most of this skeletal army so that our tower doesn't take such a great hit. However, we do have the mini P.E.K.K.A there, which does pose somewhat of a problem. Fortunately, the skeletal army was gone, because otherwise that tower would have been taken. So I'm kind of hanging back here. He lays the balloon down. We're going to lay the the wizard to help take that out. He is going to get a bomb off and take that tower out with the remnants, but that's okay, because this is just the beginning of the match. Another barrel bomb out. We got a wizard on the right. Take him out. Going to pump some cannonballs in his face. I'm contemplating here what to do, because I was waiting for those. So once he's got the minions gone, it kind of opens up the way for a push to an extent. Now he's going to lay this P.E.K.K.A. down. But I still got a couple hits in, and his P.E.K.K.A. is going to get taken out. My Musketeer's still there, but that Skeletal Armory's going to get taken out. Still leaves a little bit of room for a push, and we have double elixir coming up here. So that is exactly what we're going to do. Now he laid down his counter to my push on the right, which is going to allow me to get my push in on the left with a double hog. And I'm going to take care of this balloon slowly but surely with some fire spirits. And we're going to go ahead and take his left tower and take care of his other push here on the right. This also opens up ample opportunity to push on the right, because he is going to push on the left. And with everything that I have going on over there, that was actually a misfired spell, a zap. That's okay. So we're going to lay that Hog Rider down on the right. That's going to give us the win. We're going to take that tower before he can do anything. Right at the end of the match, we stole it from him. So that was a good battle, guys. Kind of close, but not outside of our reach, I should say. So we're going to go ahead and open up this silver chest, see what goodies we get. And we're going to get right into the next battle. Pardon me, guys. I worked an overtime shift today for Zubu, so I'm a little tired. Lots of overtime the next 2 weeks. For those of you guys who are just coming in to watch, I will not be releasing videos in as great a quantity for the next week or two as Zubu progresses. Now this one started out kind of rough, guys. We got the Prince and a Hog Rider right off the bat, which was a good combination, I must admit. But it left a lot of room for me to push. Now, I made the mistake of placing that Hog Rider right after he placed that Inferno Tower. So the effectiveness of that push was not as great. But we did do some work to that tower. Managed to get it. And we did a little bit of damage to the right tower as well. Now we just have to counter this P.E.K.K.A., which we will do pretty easily. But it doesn't leave me anything for the Prince. So I had to throw something down real quick. He's still going to get some considerable hits in on that tower and end up taking it out. But that's okay. Because we've got plenty of hit points on our main tower to counter whatever he's going to throw at us. So I'm just sitting on Elixir now, kind of waiting it out. I want to see what he's going to do. He lays down the Witch, which isn't, you know, a terrible thing. We're going to do a little bit of damage to her. We're going to take out about half of her health. Lay down her Wizard, which will take care of the Witch as we lay 2. He's going to have to counter that, and he does with his Inferno Tower. Lays down the Prince. Prince is going to be slightly distracted and ultimately taken out pretty quickly. The Giant I did not see coming because he hadn't played it up to this point, and I'm rather surprised that he hadn't. Nevertheless, that beautiful mirror card allowed us to stop that entire push very easily. Fortunately, he laid down that Inferno Tower before I laid down my Hog Rider, because that Hog Rider is going to do some damage. And it's going to allow me to complete my push the way I kind of had foreseen it. The Prince is going to have some company there. Ultimately, I'm going to keep him away from doing any significant damage to my main base. Notice this tower only has 42 health left, which is very good for me because we're going to get a pretty quick win here with our Hog Rider. Again, this is another steal. We just completely stole this from him. One hit. Bam, we're done. We win. He's pissed. There's nothing he can do about it, so I give him the thumbs up. That was a good battle. So you guys can clearly see the versatility that this particular deck brings to the playing field. I wouldn't mind playing with it again, to be honest with you. I prefer my other deck. The battles are a little bit more guaranteed, I feel. With this particular deck, this new deck, battles seem to be a little bit more on edge and closer. It usually comes down to the last minute or in overtime. So I like it, but I don't like it that much. It definitely has potential, though, and it's got potential to grow as well. So level 6 against our level 6, he lays down a level 5 giant, which is pretty good. He also has level 4 wizard, which is larger than ours. So this whole group does quite a bit to me. Right off the bat, it is not looking like it's going to be an easy fight. And we have the wizard to contend with as well. So we take him out with some fire spirits. And basically, he won the push there. We did not. So the minion army's out. The barbarians are out. We need to lay the witch down. She's going to take care of some AoE. Crowd control. Those barbarians have quite a bit of health, though. So it's going to take a little bit of effort on our witch's part. And we're not going to have much left to push with. So I'm sitting on some elixir here. He lays down another giant, which is going to slowly make its way up on the left. So we're going to lay down a double hog on the right, which probably was a mistake. I didn't see the skeletal army coming, and it really hindered my push there. I was hoping on taking that tower. So now I have almost nothing to counter this giant and wizard with, which is not good. He also lays down the barrel bomb, which makes it even more difficult for me. And he's going to end up taking that tower and making a substantial push on my main tower. I just don't have the elixir generation at the moment now, which is an issue. So he's got me down to about half health on that main tower. We're into the last minute stretch of the match. Times 2 elixir. I'm going to do everything I can to push on the right. He does lay down another skeletal army, which kind of hinders my advance. I did not get the tower, unfortunately. He's got another giant in the backfield. We're going to take care of this Valkyrie and then make a little push there. I do lay down the Hog Rider. I want that tower very badly. And the giant's not going to stop me, but the barbarians will. Fortunately, I do get the one-hit in that I needed, but now I need to counter his push, which is going to be very difficult. I'm doing pretty much everything I can, but he is just going to wreck my face on this right side and ultimately get that tower right before the end of the match. So this was just one of those fights where I could not win. And so I gave up on our new deck. We got one crown. Ultimately, I had enough at that point, and I went back to our staple deck, the skeletal build. And we'll go through just a couple fights here to kind of, I guess I wanted to do a comparison. Just to see, you know, what seemed difficult with the other deck might seem a lot easier with this one. So we start off the battle. He's kind of in a defensive push, I guess you could say. He's got good placement on that Inferno Tower. It's going to pull some distraction on my balloon, which I didn't want. So he's got the Hog Rider down. We're going to easily take care of that with the Skeletal Army. Kind of like the last video, what they did to me. I was thinking about laying the double Skeletal Army until I saw the Fire Spirits. So I held off on that. Saved some elixir. He's got some Goblin Spearmen coming down my way. I'm going to take care of them with some minions in my tower. So now he's got a little bit to worry about on the right. We're going to lay down a Witch and a P.E.K.K.A. push on the right, which is good. P.E.K.K.A.'s going to get a couple hits in. Witch is going to get a couple hits in. He doesn't have anything to lay down at the moment. And we have the opportunity to take that tower with just a Valkyrie to worry about, which isn't too bad. Fire Spirits on the left, taken out pretty easily. Valkyrie's distracted. The Goblins are pretty much nothing to worry about. So we are going to wait it out for a second. He ended up laying the minions down. I was waiting for the Inferno Tower at that point, but that's okay. It's coming. So we're just waiting his move out. Don't know what he's going to do. I lay down the Skeletal Army and the Balloon. He lays down the Inferno Tower at the same exact time, which is most unfortunate for me. But we will take out that Inferno Tower, and my Balloon will have an opportunity to do a little bit of damage. Fortunately, we do have the mini P.E.K.K.A. still up there. He's going to continue to distract. We have a second mini P.E.K.K.A., but I was hesitant on putting it down with the Inferno Tower in place. And he hadn't made a move yet, so we're going to take care of this Hog Rider push pretty easily. And he doesn't have much rebuttal for that. So instead of going for his main base, I kind of focused on just taking out his defense. And it was pretty easy once I ganged up on it. It went down pretty fast. We have the Witch taking cleanup. And basically it's the end of the match. So there's not much you could do. We ended up winning. We could have taken that other tower pretty easily, which would have definitely guaranteed the match. We get a golden chest out of the deal, which is quite exciting. We're going to go ahead and open that. Get some gold, get some archers, some knight cards, arrows, and some fireballs. Overall, not too bad, guys. We're going to do one more battle, get our crown chest opened up. This is a level 6 against our 6. Sergi of the Borderline clan. Waiting for his move. I need to burn some elixir. He laid down the giant. We are going to lay down the skeleton army and the witch and take care of that giant very quickly. Almost too quickly. The wizard came late to the party. And he's also going to get taken out pretty easily. So I just wasted his entire push defense pretty much, except for the other witch, which is going to ruin my day. But that's okay. We get one bomb off, and that's all we can really ask for. This tower is almost eradicated at this point, so for not even being at the 2-minute mark, I'm pretty happy with that. All we have to worry about at this point is the Musketeer, and we're sitting on 10 elixir again. So I wasn't sure what to do because he hadn't made a move yet. I went ahead and laid down the Tombstone. He laid the Hog on the left, so we're going to counter that with the Witch and some minions. Make sure that push doesn't happen. Instead, we created our own to a degree. We do have the Wizard to worry about and the the Goblins. So that's going to kind of negate what we were trying to accomplish, but at least all we have to worry about is a Wizard, which we are going to strategically place a P.E.K.K.A. to basically one-shot him in the face with a massive sword of doom. Unfortunately, he's going to come back with us with just about the same strategy, except they will be massively distracted, giving us the opportunity to lay the fireball down, push that witch back, and save up some elixir for our next push. He laid the Hog down without any kind of force to distract with, which was kind of a mistake. The Wizard's down on the left. We're going to hang our Balloon on the right now because he has no anti-air except for the Witch, which is okay. I'm okay with that because we're still going to get a bomb off. So he's got a split push going on here. We're going to take out his Wizard, and then we're going to go ahead and take out his push on the right. And that's pretty much all we can ask for. He's got the Giant down on the left and a Wizard. We're going to put the witch down to deal with that for distraction and fodder. And then we are going to take care of the wizard with a mini P.E.K.K.A. which is going to open up the doors for us guys to put our skeleton army on the right. He put everything he had onto the left side. Then he countered me with that damn army of his own, which is quite alright. We're going to completely destroy his push here on the left, which he used a lot of elixir on, which is fine. It's a valiant attempt, but ultimately he is going to lose this battle because I'm going to play the double witch card. The double witch card is a powerful card, my friends. It will destroy massive quantities of troops, and then you back it up with skeletons and a mini P.E.K.K.A. and you're just asking to get your butt raped. Which is exactly what we end up doing. We take the overtime win with 1 crown. Couldn't be happier. Now, I know I said let's do a comparison battle, but comparatively, that could have been disastrous if we didn't have that build. So we're going to go ahead and open up this crown chest and silver chest. See what goodies we get. And we end up getting some good stuff here. Lots of gold. Another Hog Rider card. Didn't really need the cannons, or the archers for that matter. Or the bomb tower, but that's okay. So we have another battle here, guys. We are in the Builders arena, the next arena up. Which is cool. I like the gears. It's a nice little aesthetic addition to the gig here. Now this is another one of those kind of foddery type of builds. Lots of goblins. The knight is a decent addition. Good little tank card. Interesting that he had a knight and the giant. Very tanky build. Ultimately, we're just going to kind of flood him with some skeletons. He's fortunate that he had a arrow card. But our witch is going to do some work on his plans for domination. Because we are quickly building on elixir again. He doesn't have too much at this point, I do not believe. Does lay down another goblin hut, which is fine. Those goblins do a little bit of damage at a time. It's actually not a bad, like, kind of wear me down type of deck. So we laid the balloon down. Unfortunately, the minions kind of took care of that. Fireball got out there a little bit late, but it took care of the minions, so I can't complain too much. The knight is more of a pain in my rear than anything else, I think, because it takes so darn long to kill. So the knight is an excellent distraction for anybody who has a tombstone. It can pretty much make it in and destroy the tombstone before it really launches any effectiveness. So again, he's got a nice little push going here. He's got the goblin spearmen on the left. They slowly tick away at your health on your towers, which is a decent and a viable strategy, as long as you can make it produce within a short time frame, which he really couldn't, because he couldn't land a push. He couldn't get me to bite on that side, I guess is what you could say. It's great. It works great if you can get the person to bite on that side, but he couldn't. So I'm going to lay down my own skeleton army here. It's kind of a big mashup all against each other. And then I lay another one down on the left. He wastes his arrows on the right, which kind of opens up the left a little bit. I kind of meant to get up again and put the balloon on the other side because he's going to try to take care of that skeletal army real quick. And now our balloon is kind of open. It's going to make it into that tower. And he's going to try very hard to keep that push going, even though it really isn't going to happen. So I wait for the minions to get cleaned up, launch the army again, fire the fireball, and we are going to steal this tower. We are going to steal it and win the match in an overtime. So again, it's a close battle in overtime, but the comparison there is I had control of the end, which is huge, which is why again, I will probably always come back to this deck until I find something better. I'm not sure if I will. Very comfortable with it. Let's put it that way. We do get another Tombstone card, which is good, because we do use Tombstone frequently. So thank you guys for watching this episode of Clash Royale with our kind of new deck build. I'm going to work on that a little bit. I'm not sure if I like it just yet. I do think it's a viable deck. I just don't think it's as good as our main deck. And I think you'll all agree. As you can see, I did do some more battles off camera. We reached Arena 6, and we're going to be pushing for Arena 7 in our next video. And in the next video, you'll see me open that giant chest right there. We'll see what massive quantities of goodies we get. I'll probably open some free chests as well. And I appreciate you guys that have joined the clan. As you can see, we are up to, let's see here, 12 members, which is quite a few more than the last video. We have quite a few active donations going on here, guys. Big thanks to Supreme for getting this kicked off with me and bringing in a bunch of his buddies. We've had a bunch of guys join. They're awesome guys. We do a lot of friendly battles. People love to see when I'm on and try to battle, because I guess I'm not on it as much as they thought I was going to be, but I do try to contribute in battle when I can. So it's been great in that regard. And anybody else who wants to join, make sure you you join up. I mean, it's fun. We talk a lot. We're all pretty active, and try to give each other some good pointers and stuff like that. So I encourage you guys to join if you're looking for, laid back clan, looking to have fun. And that's about it. I appreciate you guys watching. For those of you who just started watching, if you like these videos and you want to see more, or if you'd like to watch my 7 Days to Die series, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And, if you know anybody else that's interested in this kind of stuff, make sure you tell them about me. And make sure you tell them to hit the subscribe button. And that way you're updated for when I release new video content. If you like this video, make sure you like it in the comment section and leave a comment if you'd like, good or bad. I will try to respond to you as quickly as possible. Yeah, I'm going to stop asking for donations, guys, because I did get the microphone. But, anything, if you guys feel that, you want to throw a couple bucks my way, that's great. I'm going to keep putting out quality content for you as much as I possibly can. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you guys next time on our next video of Clash Royale, and also on our next video of 7 Days to Die, which I am heavily considering starting a modded series using Valmod. If you guys are familiar with that, let me know if you think I should do that, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, take it easy.